What's up guys, and welcome to the Blackluster Soldier Eidolon Hero deck concept. So we got another Eidolon fusion monster, the light fusion monster, and how convenient. I was actually working on the BLS hero deck for quite some time now, but we finally got an Eidolon hero that is light, which I needed for the BLS to work more effectively, and it does fit in the deck very well. So let's get right into it. For the Blackluster Soldier cards, or BLS for short, we have the original Blackluster Soldier. The reason why we have the original instead of the newer version of him is because of his name. His name is originally Blackluster Soldier on Dragon Master Knight, and that's a key component, so that's why we have the original right here. Super Soldier Origin, new ritual spell card for BLS. You can ritual summon any BLS ritual monster from your hand or graveyard back to your side of field by sending a light and a dark monster from your hand and deck to the graveyard, whose levels is equal exactly the BLS ritual monster. So basically, if you send a level 4 dark from your hand, you must send a level 4 light from your deck to the graveyard to ritual summon that BLS. Really good because it's basically like Necros Cycle or Odd Eyes Advent for the rituals of BLS. As well as it gains the ability to, mill the dark monsters or light monsters that you really need in the grave. BLS Envoy of the Beginning, really good card, pretty self-explanatory really. Knight of the Beginning, one of the BLS support cards. So this card has a lot of effects. So basically, if you use it for the ritual summon of a Blackluster Soldier ritual monster, it gains some effects. So once per turn, you can banish one monster your opponent controls, as well as when it destroys a monster by battle, you get to attack again. As well as if this card's banished from your graveyard, you get to add any ritual spell card from your deck to your hand, which is really important because Super Soldier Origin is really easy to get out that BLS. And then you got that continual summon of the BLS. Evening Twilight Knight, level 4 Dark. Instead of being able to attack twice with this card, the BLS ritual monster will be able to banish a random card from your opponent's hand face down until their next end phase. So that's a pretty good disruption in their hand plays maybe. As well as if this card is banished from your graveyard, you get to add a ritual monster from your deck to your hand, which is BLS, but this card's not particularly as useful as Knight of the Beginning because we are already able to ritual summon the BLS from your graveyard, assuming it is in the graveyard and not banished somewhere, right? The Eidolon Fusion Monsters. So we talked about Eidolon Fusion Monsters last video because of the wind support they gave. This time they have light support, which means the Knight of the Beginning sort of thing. So we got Alistair, the Eidolon Summoner, level 4 Dark. When this card is normaled or flipped face up, you get to add an Eidolon Summoning Magic spell card from your deck to your hand, as well as if during either player's turn, if this card's in your hand, you can discard it to the graveyard to increase a fusion monster you control by 1000 attack and defense until the end phase. Eidolon Summoning Magic. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand as fusion materials. If you're summoning a Eidolon Beast fusion monster, then you can use monsters from your side of field or either play's graveyard by banishing them. You can still use monsters from your hand, they'll just be sent to the graveyard. As well as if this card is in your graveyard while you haven't banished Alistair, the Eidolon Summoner, you can shuffle back the Eidolon Summoning Magic from your graveyard to your deck to add back the Alistair that was banished to your hand. So that's pretty good recycle power right there because Alistair will next turn will be normal summoned and then searches out the Summoning Magic again. We got the new Light Eidolon Beast Monster, level 9 Merkaba. Machine Fusion Effect. Requires the Alistair, the Eidolon Summoner, as well as a light monster. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, you can discard one of the same card as the activated card, then negate the activation, then banish that card. So basically a really good negating effect. If you have a monster and spell, you basically have a safety measure of your opponent's spells or monster effects. If you have a trap, then you can stop trap effects as well. So this card's potentially very powerful, and it's really easy to get out. We got Eidolon, the Eidolon Beast, because it's not too bad because you can still technically banish everything your opponent controls just by banishing Eidolon himself, or a Merkava maybe if they were using a light deck, then bam, every light monster they have is banished. For the hero parts of things, we have the Elemental Heroes. The best Elemental Hero is actually Elemental Hero Prisma. This card, once per turn, you can reveal one fusion monster from your extra deck, then send one of the fusion materials listed on that monster to the graveyard, then this card's name becomes that target. So that's really good effect because we have Alistair, the Summoner, the Eidolon Summoner, as well as Blackluster Soldier on Dragon Master Knight. So this card can basically become the fusion material, but also it can mill the Blacklusted Soldier so that you can ritual summon it back with the Super Soldier Origin. Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. This card, really good card again because it's a dark, which means we can use this with the Super Soldier Origin, as well as we can get it to get to our Prisma if it's sent to the graveyard. And if it's special summon, you get to get that mass change, and then we get to go to Dark Law, and Dark Law is pretty annoying, so pretty good stuff right there. We got Bubble Man for the potential special summon if it's the only card in your hand, as well as Water Attributed, which means we can go into Elemental Hero Absolute Zero and Master Hero Acid, which basically nukes out the back row or the monsters, so that's really powerful attribute right there. We got Mass Change and Miracle Fusion. Miracle Fusion basically allows you to banish fusion materials from your side field or graveyard to fusion summon into an elemental hero. Additional support, we have Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk allows us to get any level 4 monster from our deck and special summon it to our side field just by discarding a spell card. Really good because we get the BLS monsters as well as the elemental hero monsters, and even Trick Clown. Trick Clown allows us to special summon himself when he's sent to the graveyard, so basically an extra level 4 utility. He's a light monster, which means we can send it to the graveyard with the origin of the Super Soldier, as well as it's a light, so we can use it for fusion material as well. Reinforcement of the Army. This card allows us to bring any warrior from our deck to our hand, so BLS support as well as the Elemental Hero support. For some combos, we have the normal summon of Elemental Hero Prisma. Activates once per turn effect, reveal a fusion monster, reveal the Dragon Master Knight, sending our Blacklusted Soldier to the graveyard. Now we have a BLS in the graveyard ritual monster to activate the Super Soldier Origin ritual spell card to send our Shadow Mist, which is a dark level 4 monster, from our hand to the graveyard, so we can send the Knight of the Beginning, level 4 light, from our deck to the graveyard to ritual summon back forth our Blacklusted Soldier ritual monster with its new effects thanks to the Knight of the Beginning. And then we're able to activate the Shadow Mist search effect because it was sent to the graveyard, searching out maybe a Bubble Man if you want, or a Prisma, or whatever. Prisma also has another target. We have Elemental Hero Prisma normal summon once again, but we can this time reveal the Merkaba, the Eidolon Beast monster, because this card requires a specific fusion monster, which is the Alistair. So we can send the Alistair from our deck to the graveyard to treat the Prisma as Alistair himself. Then we can use the Eidolon Summoning Magic spell card to banish the Alistair from our graveyard, and Prisma as a light monster to fusion summon into the Merkaba, the Eidolon Beast monster. So that's another combo with Prisma you can do with Eidolons as well. Getting the Blacklusted Soldier ritual monster into their graveyard is real easy because of Elemental Hero Prisma, but getting the ritual spell card is slightly more challenging, but we can still do it by banishing the Knight of the Beginning through methods of fusion. We have the Eidolon Summoning Magic. We'll use the Alistair. By banishing the Alistair and Knight of the Beginning from our graveyard, we can fusion summon into the Merkaba, the Eidolon Beast, and then we'll search with the Knight of the Beginning for Super Soldier Origin. This also same rule kind of applies to Elemental Heroes, with Knight of the Beginning in the graveyard, as well as Miracle Fusion to Miracle Fusion banish the Knight of the Beginning with another hero monster such as Shadow Mist to fusion summon into Elemental Hero the Shining, and then Knight of the Beginning will also search out the origin of the Super Soldier. So this is what this deck looks like. It's a bunch of light and dark monsters thanks to the BLS Envoy being kind of like Chaos style, so they kind of applied it to the BLS Ritual monster as well. Combining the powers of Elemental Hero and Eidolons was pretty amazing because they're both fusion sort of based, so it's really good that I have a fusion deck out here because I'm usually into the synchro and exceed parts of things, but now we got a lot of fusion power going on here, and we can make the Master Hero Dark Law, which is very powerful. The Eidolon Light Beast monster is actually really controlling, and the BLS adds some aggression to the deck as well. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you guys later.